Begin tonight in Rancho Bernardo, where a jewelry store owner took matters into his own hands to stop a smash and grab robbery. It happened just before 5 this afternoon at KZ Jewelry Designs. NBC7's Dave Summers spoke with that owner about a terrifying encounter.
It's likely the best picture police have of the would-be robber. The suspect, thought to be a man, is in a bucket hat, masked, and wearing all black except for his red gloves.
He would have cleared us out. He definitely would have if we wouldn't have done anything. Yeah, he was not afraid. It was weird.
Rose Zarabi is still shaken 3 hours afterward. She and her husband, Camillar, own and have operated for more than 10 years KZ Jewelry and Designs here in the Rancho Bernardo Town Center. The Zarabis say detectives told them this was not a random smash and grab, that the suspect had likely been in the store before. He came covered head to toe, hammer in hand, and without a word, walked in the shop and began smashing cases. Rose took these photos from the security camera video inside the store.
When I yelled stop, he looked at me and bash, just like he didn't care.
With his ball-peen hammer left behind, pictures show the suspect went from display case to display case, smashing the glass and grabbing the merchandise. The robber didn't even have a bag, just hugged the jewelry to his chest.
I've heard of smash and grabs. I never thought it was going to happen to us, but I don't carry Rolex. I don't carry big end things. We're just a small mom and pop place.
He might have gotten away with it too if Rose's husband hadn't fired a warning shot into the ceiling from a handgun he kept around for protection.
I believe that he was under duress at that time, and so he did what he felt was necessary to keep his wife safe.
The guy stopped, dropped everything, and took off running. There was I guess, jewelry scattered everywhere and glass.
No one was injured, but the would-be robber escaped. Zarabi says the store had been burglarized in the past, but never during operating hours and never a need to fire a weapon. The business is insured, but recovering their peace of mind may take a while longer.
Nervous. I don't know if I want to open my door now.
Dave Summers, NBC7.
New at 5 in your crime tracker. Bossier City Police say 2 men exchanged gunfire outside the Circle K on Barksdale Boulevard this morning. Now we're told that the 32-year-old victim and 47-year-old Lamont Hayward got into a verbal argument. Police say that at some point Hayward pulled out a gun and shot the victim in the pelvis. The victim also pulled a gun and shot Hayward in the foot. Now the victim went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and Hayward was arrested and charged with attempted second-degree murder.
At 10, Memphis police responded to a shooting in Cordova in the 1100 block of Dove Hollow Circle close to 6:30 this evening. When officers arrived on scene, they found one man shot. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. MPD says they have 1 man and 1 woman detained. The investigation is ongoing.
We're going to begin with a developing story out of Tazewell County, where a violent crime is foiled when the suspect was shot in a reported attempted carjacking. The Tazewell County Sheriff's Office tells us at Lee's Cargo in Falls Mills, outside Lee's Cargo, I should say, 30-year-old Cody Dailey allegedly attempted to carjack a truck, assaulted the female driver of the vehicle, and told her child, quote, "I'm going to rape your mommy," end quote. A man identifying himself as the father of the victim says his daughter was in this truck when Dailey attempted to carjack it with her 4-year-old son inside. Sam Schrader goes on to say the alleged carjacker assaulted his daughter. Major Harold Heatley with the Tazewell County Sheriff's Office tells WVVA the victim indeed suffered some injuries. As we mentioned, the incident occurred in the Falls Mills area outside Lee's Cargo convenience store this afternoon. Both police and Schrader say it was a bystander who heard the altercation unfolding, and that bystander responded. According to Schrader, the bystander began by acting like he was the victim's husband. Armed with a 9mm handgun, police say the bystander then approached Dailey and gave him commands, but Dailey charged the man and shoved him to the ground. As Dailey continued to approach the armed citizen, police say he then shot the suspect in the chest. I should say the armed citizen allegedly shot Dailey in the chest. As for Schrader, he says he's surprised that this kind of violence showed up in his community.
First time ever. You see, drug crimes and stuff like that, but nothing like this, Not no violent crimes. You expect this in the cities, of course, but not, not local.
And Dailey was airlifted to Roanoke for treatment on his injuries. He is reportedly in stable condition at this time. He was wanted on 2 outstanding capiases from Tazewell County Circuit Court. We will continue to follow this story and, as always, bringing you the latest on air and online as we learn more.
Shooting on busy Canal Street today put a man in the hospital. Police say a security guard pulled the trigger. Rachel Hanley takes us through what happened.
For hours Friday, a busy stretch of sidewalk was behind crime scene tape. Around 9 in the morning, police were called to Canal Street between St. Charles and Carondelet. When they got there, they found a man who had been shot once. He was alive, but badly hurt.
Emergency medical technicians transported the victim to a local hospital where he is listed in critical condition.
The NOPD held a short press conference at the scene. They say a security guard shot the man.
The preliminary investigation indicates that the security guard and the gentleman were involved in an altercation.
The guard was not arrested or detained in any way. That's all police would say.
Again, this investigation is in its infancy stages, and there's no more information to report at this time.
They also didn't say where the guard worked, but the crime scene was focused around the jewelry store Adler's, one of the few century-old businesses left on Canal. Officers put down evidence markers outside the shop's front door. By 10 o'clock, they had also taped off most of the block. Crowds of people walked around the crime scene and cars crawled down the one open lane. Non-fatal shootings like this one appear to be dropping in New Orleans, but there are still a lot of them. According to the Metro Crime Commission, this was one of more than 150 in the city just so far this year. That's about on par with 2019. Every year since 2019, the number of shootings was higher. By noon Friday, police had cleared the sidewalk outside of Adler's. Before long, businesses reopened their doors, and the usual tourist traffic started back up. Rachel Handley, WWL Louisiana.
If the criminal does not fear the police, a judge, or prison, he must be taught to fear his victims.